I'm Madison, and this is our solar transportation design project. Do you hate getting out of your car, putting your credit card in the pump, and spending an arm and a leg on gas? Well, not only is gas annoying and costly, it causes pollution in cities like LA and countries like China. Smog and CO2 have become a big deal. Cities like Sparkyville want to reduce this pollution, and it needs an eco-friendly vehicle to do so. Another problem that Sparkyville has is it wants to make vehicles that are safer for pedestrians. Drivers tend to run red lights because they're trying to get their riders to their destination as quickly as possible. And in Las Vegas, 78 pedestrians were killed in the last year because of this issue. So if we create a vehicle that has a light sensor and can stop at red lights, we can keep the pedestrians safe. The main customers of our vehicle are a middle-aged driver, a young married couple, one toddler, one middle-aged child, one teenager, as well as a middle-aged golfer. And the family needs to fit their 3 kids and their luggage in the vehicle, and the golfer needs to fit his golf bag. So why solar energy? Well, Sparkyville's geography allows it to have an abundance of solar energy, but not much else. So they don't have, let's say, wind and water to create different renewable resources. So solar energy can be used and stored at nighttime in batteries. It also reduces the carbon footprint and satisfies the mayor's and the taxi drivers' needs of environmental safety. So about safety, why is safety important? Well, pedestrians and vehicles share the same roadway, so we need a vehicle that is safe for both the driver and the pedestrian. The vehicle can recognize red, yellow, and green lights, so it's able to stop and go when it needs to keep everybody safe. And it ensures the vehicle cannot run red lights, which is a major safety concern of the taxi drivers and the mayor. Our design needs to be able to fit our passengers and the luggage and be able to take the weight. It needs to be able to travel in a straight forward motion. It also needs to be able to stop at red lights and go at green lights. And it needs to be under our budget of $80. The criteria are we need it to be a good looking vehicle, we need enough seating to fit all of our passengers, and we need to be able to make the vehicle recognizable by customers so they know it's a vehicle that they can take to travel. Our research included looking at different images of prototypes of solar panel cars. Some looked like race cars, some were commercial. We didn't really base our design off of this, but it gave us a good starting point. Our first experiment included testing for voltage. We predicted that the largest solar panel would produce the most voltage, but the 110 by 135 millimeter solar panel actually wound up producing the most voltage. In our second experiment, we measured the current of all 4 solar panels, and we measured the efficiency of each solar panel. We found that the 110 by 135 millimeter solar panel produced the most efficiency. In our third experiment, we discovered that the smaller motor, when compared to a larger motor, produced more RPMs. So we used that motor to then measure different gear ratios and discovered that the 2 to 3 gear ratio produced the most RPMs. Now, our vehicle could have had more speed or more torque. You can't have both. So we decided that our vehicle was going to be more fast, so we used the 2 to 3 gear ratio to make a faster car.
For our AHP analysis, our criteria that we had was aesthetics, seating, room for seating, and being recognizable for the public. And we, as a group, decided that we wanted to focus the most on the room for seating so we could seat our passengers. For our first design, it was based on a suburban-based model with a lot of storage space in the front of the car. We would also have our solar panels on the top of the roof, which would be supported by 4 total wooden beams. For our second design, it was based on a sleek, slanted model. Our solar panels would still be placed on the slant of the roof. It was mainly focusing on the aesthetics and recognizable part, not as much as the seating. For our third design, it was pretty much just a box, but the storage would be located on half of the roof, and one panel would be on the roof, and the other one would be on this little platform that would be coming off from the front of the car. Also, there would be a ladder that would help the customers get to their storage that would be located on the roof. For our decision matrix, you can see that these red numbers are all based on a scale of 1 to 10 of importance for our criteria and our requirements. And we multiplied this red number by the percentage of importance, which gives us the resulting number in blue. And the final result is all at the bottom. And you can see that design 1 was our best and final option for our final design.
Go ahead. For our final design, we set out to make a standard higher than other cars available in the industry at the moment. To do this, we started by creating a suburban box design. This was to make sure that not only is it stylish, but it also allows for high levels of space, stability, and we also implemented a four-wheel drive into the system, and you'll see why at a later point. To begin, we broke down the orographic drawing and zoomed in on the three separate parts, the top, side, and front. Here you can see that the light sensor is placed, if you're looking from a driver's point of view, at the top right side, right next to the solar panels. The motor is connected straight to the axle, which is connected straight to the wheels, with a 20 to 30 gear ratio. The red board and breadboard were placed on the top of the roof or the inside of the roof of the car in order to ensure that it does not hinder or run into any issues with those using the car. Our materials, for the bulk of our materials, we had to buy everything. However, we did keep the prices pretty low. We stuck to just wires, our breadboard, and our motors and gears. As for the base of the car, we already had these as seen here from our previous experiment. Our initial budget was $80. We spent $53.73 in total cost, with the remaining $26.27. This $26.27 allows us to make improvements as we continue on in building this final design. For activity diagram, our automated features are running motors and light sensing, and our weather adjustment is four-wheel drive. So you can see you activate the car. If it absorbs light, If it does not, the car does not work. If it does, the car begins charging. If it absorbs red or no light, the car stops. Yellow light, car slows. Green light, the car runs at full speed. If there's rain or snow, it does not matter. You will always be in four-wheel drive, or rain or sun. Our predicted speed was 9.872 meters per second. The equation used to find this was 2 pi r, so the 2 pi times the radius, which is 2.5, times the RPM. This RPM was from a previous experiment where we tested the motor. Before conversion, we got 59,234.729 centimeters per minute. The conversion equation is seen here to give us 9.872.
Equations that this group used was the P electricity, which is current times voltage. Another equation is P light. Both of these will help find the efficiency of the solar panel. This is important to the group because by finding the most essential solar panel, the goal of this project is to create a transportation system that will safely and efficiently take tourists to their destination. There are some limitations that may occur while the construction of this car is the budget as well as the materials provided to the group. Though if implemented in Sparkyville, this solar transportation system can change the way tourists will travel. This transportation system will address the needs of the environmentalist stakeholders as well as the mayor's stakeholders.